Spawning up to the top left-hand corner here as our NMrUUG, apparently the creator of the universe. He goes by the name of Incredible Miracles Nestea.
Yep. Creator of the universe. If you want to, follow the Church of Stimkowski, that's what they say about Nestea. This guy is really one of the smarter players, though, that we have. He's, mechanically, he's pretty solid still. But as far as his decision-making goes, it's almost unparalleled.
I must apologize to our chat admins. I slightly trolled them there saying that Day9 was dying, so I apologize to you guys. But anyway, so for now, we do have Scarlett going up to 12 drones, so no early pull from her, nor the early pull from Nestea. And chatmans are going to hate me now. I'm so sorry.
I'm actually surprised that we have no early pools from these players. They're really just playing as straight up as can be. Probably going to see pool first, at least on this map, to be safe. They're just not doing it, though. We actually are going to have both players go hatch first. Nah, Nestea goes pool first. He's not going to play this too greedy.
Yeah, that would have been pretty crazy, but Scarlett getting away with it apparently for now, unless Nestea wants to just commit to a straight one-base play with the Extractor. And looks like we will indeed have Scarlett just playing the more economical side of things. And this is exactly what I was referring to before. Scarlett, if she is happy to say, I want economy to kick things off, admittedly, hatchery first doesn't have to mean full economy. It can still mean a lot of aggression because you get those earlier lava out just to kick things off before the two queens pop, and as such you can poke along with quite a lot of zerglings, but still it does more often than not mean eco. And for now, Nestea should technically be the aggressor to catch up just a little.
Yeah, just we'll see what Nestea wants to do with his gas. You always have one player taking advantage in ZvZ openings. One player has the better economy, the other player has the better tech. That's just how it goes. And Nestea, in this case, will have a slight lead with that zergling speed. He'll probably start it right now as he gets 100 gas. And, of course, there it is.
Yep, liking that. If you can move that speed window forwards, well, he would only have around a 15 to 20 second speed window if Scarlett starts it right now as well. She's thinking about it. There we go. Okay, so 23 seconds. So sorry that I was slightly off. But the point is that Nestea could technically get really good scouting information in that window because it would be very difficult to actually deny those zerglings, but it's hard to hit.
Yeah, it's really not easy at all. This map is actually a relatively easy map to defend these types of really heavy pressures or all-ins because the ramp is pretty close when you compare it to a map like Antigua Shipyard, for example. And the choke point is not... There's not a place where you can hide like you saw in Antigua where he's making lings and banelings attacking the queens like literally right next to his creep and off to the side. There's a lot less room to work with here. If we get a spine core at the top of that ramp, it's hard for an attack to be made.
Well, let's talking about attacks. This is exactly what we were predicting for this map. Nestea here, accumulating a lot of zerglings, just poking out with a few to lull his opponent into a false sense of security and saving up tons in his main. And this is going to be, as I said before, this is Scarlett's time to shine. This is where she can normally deal with this kind of play. She's actually making a lot of zerglings herself without even... Oh, she saw it with the Overlord eventually. So now with the Spine Crawler going down and a good building positioning at her natural, she could actually hold this.
Yeah, she's going to have to pull her drones out, but as long as she can keep the queens alive, she will eventually eke out that advantage. Monitz to keep that Spine Core alive does not have enough energy for Transfuse just yet, and Nestea may have too much. Scarlett's trying to get her Banelings up there right on top of Nestea's Zerglings, and Nestea with a ton of lings here, but not enough to actually finish the game off, and with no Baneling nest of his own, he can't actually make this work. Unless Scarlett gives him the chance.
Well, one Baneling connected to that ramp there. For now, Nestea's still trying to dart around where he can. Where are the 4 Banelings? Where did they go?
They ran away from the fight. Scarlett giving Nestea every opportunity here.
But apparently holding it on for now. Meanwhile, she's going to actually put that aggression back on. And Scarlett is up 2 workers. Not too much, but she's up so many lings. If Nestea here doesn't actually hold this with the Spine Crawlers and the extra Zergling defenses, then she might be down now.
Yeah, this is actually going to be really tough for Nestea. He needs those spine colors up ASAP. Right now, Scarlett, though, only has 1 queen, so her production is not as good as Nestea's, and that's going to really, really hurt her here going into the rest of this mid-game.
Oh, Nestea sacrifices a lot of Zerglings there for not too much profit. A nice surround there by Scarlett, trying to catch one of those queens. Indeed, she does. Meanwhile, those Banelings are going to waddle up here, trying to connect with wherever they can. But there's so many Banelings. They can obliterate all of these Zerglings and kill off these spines, no problem.
I mean, with the amount of Banelings Scarlett has here, she was probably thinking about detonating on the hatchery. Obviously not enough damage to be done there, but I mean, it was a 10-0 Baneling count in early game ZvZ. That is never a position you want to be in as Nestea, who's making 5 drones right now because he lost so many. He needs to replenish them, but Scarlett wants to just kill him here. And with Nestea spending all of those resources on drones and also getting an additional queen out right now, he's not going to have enough to hold this next wave. I think Scarlett's just going to kill him.
Yeah, and as we said at the very beginning of this cast, this is Scarlett's comfort zone. This is where she knows that she can do damage once their opponent has committed to more aggression than they have. And, you know, all these Banelings and Zerglings flooding in. There you go. GG for game number 1. Scarlett takes the first game over Nestea.